Good afternoon. Well, you joined me on a solo this weekend and also a time of experimentation. I've got the One Wind brick fielder hammock out again, and as you know, it's a funny shape. Now my under blanket sort of goes on this, but not properly. So what I've done is I've brought along my poncho liner, and I'm going to see if I can somehow fix that underneath. I've used a poncho liner on an ordinary gathered end hammock, but never this shape. We'll see how we go. Well, that sort of works. It's on. I don't need to worry too much about sort of retaining heat, so I'm not worried about the sort of the openings on either end. It's more about a sort of a windshield to stop it, the cold air blowing underneath me and through the material. So I think that will work. Quite strangely and lucky, this hammock has got little tags on the side, fixing the under blanket to, and the spacing is almost exactly right for the ties on the poncho liner. So that was a bit of luck. That certainly made this bit easy. I've got a proper lash up here at the foot end, so it hung okay here. But of course it had a massive swell here, so the centre tie, I've just looped it, stuck a bungee on it and bungeed it to the end. It's not pretty, but it sort of works. It'll be fine for the conditions we've got at the moment. Now I've done all that silly buggering about, I'm going to have to stick a tarp over it. We have got thunderstorms forecast, not for tonight, but tomorrow morning. And although I should be fine, they're due to start coming in around the time that I'll be leaving. So just in case they come a little early, I want a dry space to at least be able to pack. So I'm in a bit of a compromise as far as space is concerned here, because this is so long. It's not where I would normally pack it, hang it. Yeah, got to try and get a tarp in here somewhere. That's the next job. Well, that's accommodation set up. I always like doing that first. Then if everything else goes wrong, I'll just go to bed and worry about it in the morning. Just having a bit of a sit now. It's very humid. It tires me out, this weather. The only other thing I've really got to do is gather some firewood, sort that out. Not that it's cold, but there is quite a few bugs about. So it's just keeping the bugs at bay, really. But apart from that, I'm organised. We are, what time? It's just after 5 in the afternoon. The nights are drawing in. I think in here, anyway, I'll have light until about 8 o'clock. There's quite a heavy leaf canopy, so it does all get dark quick in here. But yeah, I'm organised. Apart from the wood, I'm organised. So, time to take 5. I've got the big beast out today. Makes splitting so easy, even though it's a cheap Chinese copy. of a British Army knife. A lot of weight to it, very thick, about 3-4 mil, a lot of weight. Not the best of things to carry because of the weight of it, but it's like having a small axe. Right, all the camp jobs are done. Accommodation is set up. Firewood is prepped. I've sorted out what I'm going to have for dinner in a bit. And it's take 5 time. I have a beer. I have my Kindle. I've got probably a couple of hours until it gets sort of darker. So I'm going to make the most of the daylight. Now, the Kindle. What have we got in here? I'm rereading a book that I read when it first came out. And it was a good book. And at the time, you know, it's just a work of fiction. The scary thing is, it was set in the not too distant future at the time of it being written, which is approximately now. First quarter of the book, it's either already happened or it's happening. If you watch some of the news stories, it's like the guy was psychic, and it's a bit controversial, so I'm not going to say exactly what, where, when, how, but I will put a picture on the end of this clip so you can look up the book, the author, etc. It's about an invasion into the UK, and that's as much as I'm going to say. Let's just hope the rest of the book isn't accurate. Otherwise we're in shit. We really are. But yeah, interesting read. I enjoyed it when it first came out, and I'm enjoying reading it again, but it is slightly worrying now. Let's just say that. Here's to the future. Right, I'm cooking up some spicy sausages. I've just cut them in half lengthways so they cook through nicely. And a couple of odd bits of bacon at home, so they've gone in the pan as well. I've got some nice, fresh, soft rolls to put them in later. Looking forward to that. I'm getting quite munchy. Oh yeah, I think that'll do. A couple of rashers of bacon, a couple of sausages. Just going to do the one bun to start with, because that's quite a mouthful, even for me, but I've got enough for a second. Oh yeah, that'll do. You're not watching me eat that. It's going to be quite disgusting, I think. It's fire time. Nice little fire, all alone, in amongst 600 private acres. Shh, no permission. Well, that just made me jump. I'm sitting here quietly reading on this fallen tree behind me, which is like the back wall of the camp. Just had a herd of deer go hurtling past the other side of it. God, it sounded like a bloody train was going past. Give me a bit of a start. It's about 10 o'clock. It's time for bed. Getting a bit tired now. I'm in the hammock, nice and comfy. I might read for a little bit, but all in all, good evening. But it's close to bedtime. See you in the morning. Well, things have taken an unexpected turn. It's early hours in the morning. I've been in bed about an hour and I started to feel really hot and sweaty. It's not that hot out here. Fast forward to about midnight, I'm throwing up all over the place. I don't know whether it was my dinner, something I ate earlier, who knows. But I'm feeling a bit rough. And this is not the place to be, especially solo, when you're feeling like that. So I've done an emergency pack up. Everything's just crammed in the bag. I'm heading for the car. Bit of a crap ending, I know. Sorry, we'll try better next time. Alright, well, I've made it back to the car. Sweating like a bastard. And only threw up once on the way. I'm going home. See you soon.